There's a certain type of person who says they want a relationship. They say all the right things. I just want something real. I'm looking for someone who gets me. But when you get into it, something feels off. Because deep down they don't want a partner. They want a personal assistant. They want someone to listen to them, to support them, organise their chaos, absorb their moods, and keep their emotional ship sailing while they stay comfortably in the captain's chair. If you've ever been in this dynamic, you'll know it's not about love, it's about labour. You're not connecting, you're managing. You're the one remembering birthdays, keeping plans on track, checking in on how they're feeling, smoothing over awkward moments, running damage control after their emotional outbursts. And they just show up, or don't. And if they don't, it's not your job to make sense of it. So I'd like to imagine it's like joining a band where you think you're co-creating music, only to realise there's one person who always takes the lead guitar, chooses every song, and expects you to carry the equipment, tune their strings, and never ask for a solo. You thought you were creating harmony, but in reality, you were just the crew on duty. Let's call it what it is: emotional outsourcing. They don't want an emotional intimacy. They want emotional outsourcing. They want someone to carry what they don't want to deal with. And they've learnt to present it as just how I am. So now it's your job to accommodate it. You became the regulator, the planner, the peacekeeper. And if you ever say, hey, I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed, you get one of two responses. You're too sensitive, or why are you making this all about you? Because even your feelings are seen as another disruption to their comfort. People who fall into this trap are usually natural givers, empaths, fixers, planners, organisers. You're used to holding space for others. You've been doing it your whole life. Maybe you learnt that love meant being useful. That way to keep people close was to make their life easier. So when someone starts leaning on you, it feels familiar, even when it's unfair. You don't feel taken advantage of at first. You just feel needed. But over time, needed turns into exhausted. So let's look at how to spot it early. Here are the early signs that someone's not looking for a partner and they're looking for an assistant. You do most of the emotional checking in. You handle the majority of plans, dates, or messages. They rarely ask how you are in a meaningful way, and conversations revolve around their issues, their job, their stress, and your needs are met with silence, deflection, blame. You feel more responsible than loved. And worst of all, you start becoming a version of yourself that's always compensating, always accommodating, always editing your truth to avoid causing stress. So the solution is quite straight. Step off the solution desk. Here's your call to action. Step off the admin desk of someone else's emotional life. You're not here to make their days easier while yours go unacknowledged. You're not the emotional secretary. You're not the life coach. And you're most definitely not the parent figure. You're a human being who deserves equal space in the relationship. So if you're constantly over-functioning whilst they under-function, it's time to stop the emotional unpaid labour. Let the silence sit, let the balls drop, let discomfort rise, because here's the truth. If someone truly cares for you, they'll notice the shift and they'll step up, and if they don't, you've just exposed the entire dynamic. When you stop showing up in the role they cast you in, you take back your power. You're not punishing them, you're reminding yourself of what partnership actually means. You're allowed to say, I'm not comfortable carrying this by myself. This feels one-sided. If this relationship needs a manager, it won't be me. You're allowed to let them face the messiness of their own emotional world without you running ahead with a mop. Healthy love is co-created. It's two people showing up for each other, not perfectly, but mutually. That means equal emotional investment. It means no one's always chasing, always fixing, always adjusting. When love is real, it feels shared. You can breathe, you can speak, you can rest in the relationship. If that's not what you have, ask yourself, is this person even emotionally available or just emotionally dependent? So, my closing thoughts are this. If you have to run the relationship just to keep it, you're not in love, you're in service.